Tragic loss in Emmerdale. Sarah Subden dies after emergency hospitalization. In a heartbreaking turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the Emmerdale community and its loyal fanbase, beloved character Sarah Subden has tragically passed away in hospital after a sudden and unexpected health crisis. The news has left the village reeling and has brought immense sorrow to the Sugden Dingle family, who have endured more than their fair share of tragedy over the years. Sarah, played with heartfelt emotion by actress Katie Hill since 2017, had been a symbol of strength, resilience, and youthful hope despite living under the shadow of a life-threatening heart condition. Her death marks one of the most devastating storylines in recent Emmerdale history, and is expected to have long-lasting impacts on many of the show's central characters. A sudden medical emergency. According to the storyline, Sarah had been feeling increasingly unwell over the past few episodes, but true to her character, she downplayed her symptoms to avoid worrying her family, especially her mother Debbie Dingle, who had just returned to the village after months away. However, things took a terrifying turn when Sarah collapsed at Wishingwell Cottage and was rushed to Houghton General Hospital. Despite the best efforts of the medical team, Sarah's condition deteriorated rapidly due to complications related to her heart transplant and weakened immune system. In a deeply emotional scene aired last night, doctors informed her loved ones that there was nothing more they could do. Surrounded by Debbie, Charity, and Faith Dingle, Sarah passed away peacefully, her hand held tightly by her mother as tearful goodbyes were whispered around her bedside. A legacy of courage. Sarah Subden has been a part of Emmerdale since her birth in 2005. As the daughter of Debbie Dingle and Andy Subden, she has long stood at the intersection of two of the soap's most prominent families. Over the years, viewers have watched Sarah grow from a sweet child into a headstrong teenager who faced more challenges than most people do in a lifetime. From being diagnosed with Fanconi anemia to undergoing a bone marrow transplant and later a heart transplant, Sarah's journey was filled with hardship, but also with incredible strength and courage. She was never portrayed as a victim, but as a fighter who clung to life with tenacity and wit. Her bond with her grandmother Charity Dingle was particularly moving, as was her evolving relationship with Noah, who often brought out her lighter, more playful side. Sarah's fierce independence, dry humor, and fierce loyalty made her a fan favorite and a shining light on the show. Devastation across the village. In the aftermath of her death, the residents of Emmerdale are left struggling to process the loss. Debbie is inconsolable, having returned home only recently, and now facing the unimaginable grief of burying her child. Charity, who had fought so hard to protect and support her granddaughter through every health scare, is shattered and guilt-ridden. Chas, Kane, and Faith Dingle all gather to support the grieving family, but the weight of the loss is heavy. Faith, who herself is battling cancer, is particularly affected, knowing the pain of facing mortality all too well. Even characters with whom Sarah had distant or complicated relationships, like Noah, Amelia, and Samson, are deeply affected. Her schoolmates and friends from the village come together to hold a candlelight vigil at the village church, organized by Laurel Thomas and Reverend Charles Anderson, in a touching tribute to a young life lost too soon. Fans react with shock and sorrow. Social media platforms lit up with emotional tributes following the broadcast. Longtime fans expressed their heartbreak over the sudden death, many sharing clips and photos of Sarah's most memorable scenes over the years. The hashtag #GoodbyeSarahSubden* began trending shortly after the episode aired. Some viewers praised the powerful performances delivered by Katie Hill and Charlie Webb, Debbie Dingle, calling the episode a masterclass in emotional storytelling. Others shared personal stories of loss and illness, saying they found comfort in the show's portrayal of grief and resilience. What's next for the Dingles? Emmerdale producers have promised that Sarah's death will have a deep and lasting ripple effect on the storyline for months to come. Debbie's grief journey, Charity's internal collapse, and Faith's introspection are expected to take center stage in the coming weeks. In a post-episode interview, executive producer Jane Hudson shared, "Sarah's death is one of the most difficult decisions we've made in recent years. But we felt it was a powerful and honest way to honor her story and the battles she fought. Her spirit will live on in the village and in the hearts of viewers."